You're watching the Alabama Weather Network.
It's Monday, the 2nd of March. We are into meteorological spring. Alabama's weather really warming up this week. In fact, we're going to see a lot of folks in the 80s. In fact, everybody should be in the 80s over the latter half of the week. We do note early this morning, we've got some echoes on radar. This is the high top radar. And really, I think most of what you see over Alabama is not reaching the ground. A little shortwave producing some light rain over Tennessee, and I guess there could be a sprinkle somewhere over North Alabama. But the pattern looks relatively dry for a while as this upper ridge begins to build in across the southeastern states. But again, today we have a westerly flow aloft, a little minor wave producing that light rain over Tennessee. That's the composite early this morning. And again, this will pass by pretty quickly, and the pattern will be generally rain-free this week. Maybe a few spotty showers late in the week, but looks like it might be maybe 7 days out before a decent chance of rain comes back. We are in the 40s and 50s this morning. Interesting to note, the colder temperatures are across the southern counties of the state. For example, Gulf Shores at 48, Troy at 45. You go to Florence, they've got 58. The reason for that, the variation in clouds. North Alabama with a cloudy sky. South Alabama, the sky there is mostly clear. We'll check the watch warning map early this morning. Winter weather advisories for parts of Kansas and Missouri. And around Cincinnati, back up into parts of central Pennsylvania. But overall, things are relatively calm. Got no severe thunderstorms expected around the nation today. Tomorrow, there is a low-end marginal risk of severe storms. This is out across parts of the southern plains, parts of Oklahoma and Kansas. And then on day 3, which is Wednesday, we've got a risk of severe storms, a level 2 out of 5 risk around Dallas-Fort Worth up toward Fort Smith, Arkansas. A level 1 out of 5 risk from near Waco up to about Cincinnati. And beyond that, we've got a number of days with risks well to the west. There is no risk defined for Alabama for the next 7 days, as you'll see as we go through modeling. We'll check rain over the next 7 days, and we've got a pretty big contrast here across the state. A big gradient from Florence, where you've got 1.6 inches, to Dothan with 1/10 of an inch of rain. And again, this upper high is going to be across the South Atlantic coast, and that's going to kind of keep the southeastern counties of the state dry. Out there towards 6-7 days, we could begin to see an increase in rain over the northwestern corner of the state. So let's break it down day by day, model fans. Here we go. This is the European OZ run, 3 o'clock today. Ridging over the Gulf. Again, we have a light northwest flow aloft and a little short wave producing a little rain over Tennessee. Let's go to the high-resolution HER model. This is valid at 3 o'clock today, and you can see just not much. Could there be a little shower somewhere across the Tennessee Valley? Yes, but most locations dry. Highs well up in the 70s today. South Alabama could touch 80 easily. So this is tomorrow. We're dry. Again, highs upper 70s, low 80s. Wednesday, we're dry. And I think everybody will see 80 or higher. We're going to be in the 80s over the latter half of this week. This is Thursday. There might be a little isolated shower near the Gulf Coast, but not many. Most places dry. Highs stay in the 80s. Friday, very warm. Again, we're going to see mid to upper 80s. I mean, you're going to think it's summertime by Friday. And again, showers very hard to find. Maybe a few over the southwestern corner of the state. And that's the idea for the weekend. The ridge holds. And with the ridge holding, the better chance of rain stays north and west of the state. Texas up toward Columbus, Ohio. And again, it's going to be a very warm weekend. Highs in the 80s. And really, Sunday, the Europeans not very bullish on rain. It keeps most of the state warm and dry. And then a week from today, this is Monday, the 9th of March. Got that big upper low that's over Baja, California. The ridge a little weaker, and that finally allows some rain to push in here a week from today. Monday the 9th. Rain, maybe some thunderstorms. Not really a severe weather look, but it looks like the next decent chance of rain for much of the state will be in about a week. So let's keep going. Hey, this is March. We all know that the weather can be wild and crazy in March. Anything from tornadoes to blizzards, you name it, we can get it. So the European is advertising a pretty good trough coming out across the Great Plains states and an organized batch of rain and storms that would likely move in here maybe by the middle or end of next week. So while this week looks warm and mostly dry, next week could be relatively unsettled. Could there be any severe storms next week? Sure, this is March, but we just don't know specifics. It'll just be something to watch. Here's a look at rain for the next 15 days between now and the 17th of March. And again, it looks really dry through the weekend, and then the numbers start to come up in that March 12th to 17th range. The mean is between 2 and 3 inches. And look at this. Hey, warmest weather so far this year easily. And remember, this is for the middle of the state. If you're in South Alabama, add a few degrees. The low to mid 80s showing up Wednesday through Sunday. And then upper 70s next week. And then evidence toward the end of next week. We might see a cool down with a cold front coming through. And again, that might produce some pretty active weather toward the middle of next week. Temperature's latest long-range guidance. This is for the 8th through the 14th of March. Still, temperatures above average around here. So I think everybody enjoyed the weekend weather. It was calm. It was very pleasant. These were sunset views across the state last night. Beach looked good. Getting ready for the spring breakers coming up here in the next few weeks. But again, just a gorgeous scene there in the Alabama sky last night. And the moon, I believe it was about 96% illuminated last night. And we're getting set for a very interesting sky show at early tomorrow morning. For those watching on the socials, we're live here at 5:12 a.m. Central Time. And at this point, tomorrow morning, we will have a total lunar eclipse. So for this one, you got to get up early. And remember, for a lunar eclipse, you don't need any special equipment. It'll be a very fascinating show to watch. I think the sky for most of Alabama should be clear. The partial eclipse will begin around 4:30. The totality begins a little after 5 o'clock, and it ends a little after 6 o'clock. And then we'll have the moon setting a little after 6 o'clock, about the time we're kind of still in the partial eclipse, and that's going to make it a little harder to see with the sun coming up at the same time. But again, total lunar eclipse tomorrow morning. If you're up 5 to 6 o'clock, check it out. All right, so let's see what's on the schedule for this week. We'll leave that graphic up so you can kind of check the times. By the way, the times on that graphic are Central Times. So today got Montevallo Elementary School in Shelby County. Tomorrow going to be in Houston County, Rehoboth Elementary School. After that, I'll be stopping by Enterprise State Community College. Then on Wednesday, Rocky Ridge Elementary School. Then I'll be doing a program for Children's of Alabama. It's Weather Wednesday, first Wednesday of the month for patients and families. Thursday, going to be in Winston County at Haleyville Elementary School. Then a program at Mountain Brook Elementary School. Friday, it's Oxford Elementary in Calhoun County. And then Saturday, I'm going to be judging a chili cook-off for the Exceptional Foundation. That is a great ministry, and that'll be a whole lot of fun. Don't forget, it's Monday night. You know what that means. Weather Brains Night, the weekly show for weather geeks, dweebs, nerds, dorks, and weenies. 7 o'clock Central Time on the Weather Brains YouTube channel, youtube.com/weatherbrains. I'll be on ABC 3340 News this evening. And don't forget, you can catch my forecast every day on great radio stations around the state, including in Birmingham, 98.7 KISS. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful Monday, and God bless.